The Kansas City Stars pick up 3 out of 4 possible points last weekend, and now it's into the home stretch as the regular season comes to an end here next week. I'll take a look at that and more on this week's episode of the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast. And welcome to the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Plamondon. Thank you for watching. Just a few reminders. As always, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit subscribe right now. Turn on your notifications and let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you're not following the Stars on social media, links to Instagram, Facebook, and X are in the description. Today's podcast is brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. And by Crown Realty, family-owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, the Stars pick up 3 out of 4 points over the weekend, beating the Kansas City Knights on Friday by a score of 2-1, and then skating to a 3-3 tie against the Wichita Junior Thunder and ending a 6-game stretch against probably the better teams in the league, finishing in that stretch with 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. And while the Stars didn't get 4 points over the weekend, that was certainly the goal, picking up 3 positions the Stars well as they look to secure the number 2 seed heading into the league tournament here in a couple weeks. So on Friday, a 2-1 win over the Knights. I thought this was a very entertaining game, very fast-paced, a lot of back-and-forth action, some good physical play, but clean. Got a little chippy at times, but clean. Knights scored first. They scored late in the first period. Kingston Sanders picking up his 5th goal of the year, taking a nice pass and beating Stars goalie Tanner Brace. After a scoreless second period, a period that I thought favored the Knights. This was one of those games where you had a lot of momentum swings, where it looked like the Stars controlled the play at times, the Knights controlled the play at times. No scoring in the second period, but a pretty significant shots advantage in favor of the Knights, but the Stars able to come out of that and still trailing 1-0. There were a flurry of penalties in that period, including the Stars at one time actually had a 4-on-3 power play, so pretty fun watching the players with a lot of open ice, but the Stars not able to convert. Stars did finally get on the board midway through the third period. Oliver Sanders picking up his 3rd goal. Justin Schutzler was carrying the puck down the ice. It was a 2-on-1. He saw the defenseman come toward him, leaving Sanders all alone, and made a nice pass over to Sanders, who skated in and put the puck up underneath the crossbar over the shoulder of Knights goalie Trent Smith. Great goal for Sanders. And just 38 seconds later, the Stars on the power play. Just 7 seconds into the power play, right off the faceoff, Ben Grant took the puck behind the net, put the brakes on, brought it out and stuffed it in the post on the stick side, and that made it 2-1. Stars had to do a really good job toward the end with the extra attacker on the ice and protecting that 2-1 lead. A couple chances hit the empty net, went wide, but the Stars able to hang on and get the 2-1 win. Tanner Brace played outstanding. He, in my mind, was the star of the game. He faced 27 Knights shots. The Stars only had 17 shots on goal, so pretty significant shots advantage there. Although I'd say with quality shots, the Stars were probably a little closer there as far as quality scoring opportunities. Stars 1-3 on the power play and were successful in killing all 3 of the Knights power play, so a good job there. And just a good entertaining game, and certainly a big win over one of the better teams in the league, and a team that can certainly beat anybody they face. And the Stars win the season series against the Knights, winning 2, losing 1, and tying 1. Sunday's game against Wichita ends up in a 3-3 tie, and Stars came out of the gates fast, scoring just 41 seconds into the game. A bit of a crazy goal, a shot by Ben Grant that was saved by Owen Miller, the Thunder goalie. Justin Schutzler took a shot. The puck popped straight up in the air, and it looked like it hit the back of Miller and went into the net. And for Schutzler, his sixth goal of the season. Again, kind of a weird one there to get the game started just very, very early in the game. Stars scored moments later. Carson Reuter with his second of the year on a goal where if he hadn't scored, probably would have taken a ribbing from his teams. He cut in, had some open ice into the slot area, blew a tire, and as he was trying to get up still on his knees, was able to wrist one past Miller, and that gave the Stars a 2-0 lead, which they took into the first intermission. Wichita came back with a goal in the second period. Carson Murray taking a nice feed from Clayton Riddle that beat Brace. That made it 2-1 in the third period. Third period, though, Stars regained that 2-goal lead. Ben Grant with a shot on goal. The rebound came out to Adrian O, who knocked it in, his first varsity goal. So congrats to Adrian. I'm going to give Adrian the star of the game for getting his first varsity goal. That made it 3-1, and it looked like the Stars were in pretty good shape with under 7 minutes to play. But Wichita came back with two quick goals. Both of these were kind of one individual efforts. The first one by Gavin Byers, took the puck behind his own net, goes end to end, gets around the defenseman, cuts in front of the net, and beats Brace. That made it 3-2. And then Clayton Riddle, just less than a minute, or a little maybe a minute and a half later, taking the puck up the right-hand side, chipping it past the defenseman, getting around the defenseman, and a wrist shot from the top of the circle, beat Brace. And both of these goals, I thought, were very preventable because they're, first of all, they're individual efforts, players skating end to end, and you really just something you need to avoid is allowing the players to get close to the net like that. Probably more so on the Byers goal because he cut right to the front of the net. You want to keep him wide. You don't want to give him that lane to the front of the net. The goal by Riddle was just a good wrist shot that he took that beat Brace. But nonetheless, it ends in a 3-3 tie. So the Stars getting 3 out of 4 points, as I mentioned. Shots on goal very even in that game. 28 for the Stars, 26 for Wichita. Stars, very few penalties. Stars had 2 power plays, did not convert. And Wichita had 1 power play as well, which they did not convert. So as we head into the home stretch here, the final week or so of the season, Stars still sitting in second place with 26 points. That's 3 points ahead of Wichita, 4 points ahead of the Knights. Now, the one thing here is both Wichita and the Knights do have games in hand on the Stars, so there's a potential they could catch up. But I feel pretty good about where the Stars stand right now, and I think if they take care of business here over the last 3 games, they should have a pretty good, in fact, an extremely good chance to secure that number 2 seed going into the tournament. When I come back, I'll talk about the remaining games in the regular season on the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast. Well, we get into the home stretch of the regular season here. The Stars with just 3 games remaining on the schedule, and I'm going to go ahead and just preview all 3 of these now. Game this Friday against the Kansas City Saints Sunday at 9:10 a.m. And then Tuesday, the Stars will head up to Bodie Ice Arena in St. Joe for the resumption of the game that was started on December 19th. So they'll finish that game up there and then back on Friday against Rockhurst. That'll be senior night, so I'll talk about that as well. So I'm going to cover all 3 of those here in this episode, and then my next episode will be after those games are played. We'll recap the regular season and take a look ahead to the playoffs. So go ahead and start with the Saints here. This is a team that makes me a little bit nervous. Their record is only 6-8-4, but they're a team that the Stars have played. They played tough. In fact, one of the games, the Saints tied the Stars, and despite their record being under 500, they've actually scored more goals than they've allowed. So they are capable of scoring. Previous games, a 3-3 tie. That was the season opener, and then the Stars won. If I can find the score here, Stars won the last one there. I don't have the score here, but anyways, the Stars won that game. The players you got to watch out for, really, it's their top 4 or 5 players, and Lucian Buckland, who's one of the league's leading scorers with 27 points. He scored 23 goals. Very dangerous. Brandon Valentine, another very good player with 7 goals, 11 assists. Carter Wilson with 11 goals, 7 assists. James Corder with 4 goals, 12 assists. And then Michael Rausakazi, although he shows injured here, so I'm not sure what his status will be for Sunday's game. And then a number of other players that can score as well. So while their record doesn't necessarily reflect it, they're certainly capable of playing with anybody in this league. And based on the games we played, which were both very competitive, this is the game of the remaining games it makes me the most nervous. Goaltending duties are split between Dane Post and Jake Bradshaw. I think Post played both of the games against the Stars in the previous game, so I don't know much about Bradshaw. Post has the better goals against average, 295 versus 358, and a slightly better save percentage. But it looks like both goalies are fairly comparable, and it'd be interesting to see who the Stars will face here on Sunday against the Knights. Moving on to St. Joe, again, this is that game that is a resumption of the game that started back on the 19th of December. In that game, who was it? Oliver Sullivan. Oops, got the wrong team here. Let me jump back real quick. Let me get the stats here. It was Oliver Sullivan who got hurt with about a little over 12 minutes to play, and because there was not a trainer in the building, the league officials determined that the game would be suspended. So this game will be resumed Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. The Stars with a 3-0 lead. Again, I assume it's going to be resumed and just picked up where we left off, and then all the stats will just carry over, and so we'll play roughly almost 2 periods on Tuesday. Guys to watch on this team, really the top 2 players in this team. Cooper Tabor, he has 17 points. Oliver Sullivan with 11 points, and hopefully he'll be okay. I know he looked pretty banged up in that game, but it's been a while, so hopefully he's okay. And then a handful of other players that can score, but those are the top 2 players. In goal, expect to see Finn Sullivan. He's seen all but 15 minutes in goal for the Griffons. So expect him to be in goal. And this is a game, again, with a 3-0 lead going into the resumption of this game. I think the Stars are in pretty good position there. And then next Friday night, February 6th, it's the final game of the year against Rockhurst. They come into the league currently at the bottom of the league standings with 2 wins, 12 losses, and 2 ties. Scoring just 2 goals a game and giving up almost 6 goals a game on average. The Stars have won all of the previous meetings against Rockhurst, and would expect, barring you can't take anything for granted in this league. Any team can beat anybody else, but if the Stars play their game, I would expect them to have a good outcome. Guys you want to watch for Rockhurst in this game: Jack Korntager, 12 points. Now he shows on the league website is injured as well, so I can't speak to his status if he'll be available next Friday or not. Caden Callahan with 11 goals through 14 games. Bennett Coleman with 3 goals, 3 assists. A number of other players with a couple of goals and assists. In goal, we'll probably see Edward Houlihan. He's played all but 19 minutes in goal for the Hawklets, so we'd expect to see him in goal. And that'll round up the season next Friday night, and that is senior night. Game time on the website shows 7:20. I think it's actually 7:30 because we'll have the senior night activities ahead of the game. Each of the players will have a display in the lobby. And then around 7:10 or so, we'll have each of the players walk out there with their parents. They'll be introduced on the ice with their parents, and just a lot of fun for all the seniors. I believe there are 10 seniors who will be finishing up their high school hockey careers here over the next couple weeks, who will be recognized. And what also makes it fun too is all of the seniors, including the seniors that predominantly play JV, will be suited up for that varsity game against Rockhurst on February 6th. So that should do it for the regular season. I will review these games afterwards, and then we'll start to look ahead at the playoffs. Right now, the Stars in second place. If they can come away with, certainly if they come away with 3 wins, but I think that they can get at least 5 points in these next 3 games, that should pretty well secure their number 2 seed going into the league tournament, which will be done over the President's Day holiday. Again, just a reminder, senior night, February the 6th, before the Rockhurst game, 7:10 is when the players will be introduced. So with that, I will wrap this up. I want to thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Kansas City Stars High School Hockey Podcast.